Rah! Hey everyone, Anthony Egtano here, internet's laziest music nerd, and you know what? Screw this, we're doing this the old-fashioned way. So, a few days ago, the all-new 21 Pilots album, Breach, dropped. For some context, the band dropped their album Clancy last year, which was said to be the final chapter to an almost 10-year-long story they built through their lyrics. However, in the final song, Paladin Straight, it left many fans, like myself, confused on if the story they built was actually finished. And because of that, a year later, we have Breach to actually wrap things up for good. I knew the double album theory was right. If you watched my Clancy Part 1 and 2 review from last year, you know that I was not super crazy about that album. It really let me down in both lore and sound, but now that it's been a year, let me just go ahead and say that I was a bit too hard on that album. Do I still stand by how there should have been more lore and been promoted better? Absolutely. Would I have preferred to have it have a more rock-oriented sound? Yes. Do I still hate Lavish? Definitely. But this was one of those albums I realized had to really grow on me. There were a lot of songs like Vignette and At the Risk of Feeling Dumb that I was way too harsh on, and even though I still think there's elements to them that are annoying, I've grown to like them as songs overall. Anyway, now let's get on to Breach. As I review, I'll be going through each song in the track list in order and giving my thoughts and critiques on them, as well as giving each song a final score out of 10. Unlike last time, I won't be making a part 2 to this video. Everything will all be packed into one, and will that make this video kinda long? Yeah, probably. But at the end, I'll just give my final thoughts on everything and give the album a final score out of 10. Now, let's hop back into Demon and finish this off. This song rocks! Sorry. Yeah. This song is freaking awesome. Where do I even begin? The gritty bass, heavy and energetic drumming, the rapping, the Vessel and Heavy Dirty Soul references, the freaking music video, how it ends. Everything about this song, everything is perfect. It's literally like if Overcompensate and Jumpsuit had a baby, along with ending this whole story in such a crazy way. Seriously, I really don't know what to say. This track is just incredible and perfect in every possible way it could have been sonically and lyrically. When I watched the music video, this thing literally felt like a 10-minute movie. And also, I did not know Nico and Clancy could throw hands like that. Like, yeah, dang! And also, the decision of ending it with Clancy becoming the new Nico was honestly genius and so true when taking into account what this whole story represents. Sometimes our friends can't save us from our demons, and we end up becoming the thing we wanted to destroy. And with this whole cycle that this story is built around, this ending, although devastating, is just an example of what reality can be. As you can tell, this song is an easy 10 out of 10, no question. Again, if you watch my Clancy review, you're probably going to know how I feel about this one, so let me just put it lightly. It's easily my least favorite on the album. Easily. Not even close. I'm pretty sure everyone expected this to be insanely heavy, almost metal 21 Pilot song. Come on. A name like Raw Fear, all caps, the fiery font. I want to say this one let me down, but to be completely honest, I kind of saw it coming a little bit. Was I hoping for it to be one of their heaviest songs? Yeah. But after hearing the little snippet, I was like, yeah, this one's probably going to be a bit more on the pop side of things. Also, I kind of got it spoiled a bit because I was watching a video of someone covering the contract, but metal, and then someone in the comments was like, what people thought Raw Fear would sound like. So I kind of already knew it wouldn't be what I hoped. With that being said, yeah, it's kind of funny that this song literally is the complete opposite of a metal 21 Pilot song. It's super light and poppy, and it easily has the catchiest chorus on the album. Do I hate it for that? No, not really. It's just not really my vibe, and I always want to skip it every time I hear it. It's just kind of whack. 4 out of 10. I want to If you engage on my community tab a lot, you probably already know that this song I basically already covered when it came out. But if you don't, I'm gonna just put it here plain and simple. This is exactly the type of song I've been craving from them since Trench. To a T. Is this about to sound like Glaze? Yeah, probably. But I don't care. I never let recency bias affect my scores. But I knew as soon as I heard this, it was gonna be a top 5 or 21 Pilot song for me off the bat. It's already my second favorite song from them right beside Jumpsuit. Need I say more? Nah. It rocks and we all know it. This song is incredible. 10 out of 10. I'm When I saw the track list for this album, this was a song that really piqued my interest. A song named Garbage? It better not live up to the name like At the Risk of Feeling Dumb did. That's a joke. Still like that song. And well, it didn't. This song is easily in my top 5 on the album for me. It's got such a nostalgic 2010s vibe to it that just brings me home every time I hear that chorus. And the piano has this like Billy Joel sound to it, and we all know Billy Joel is a legend, so that just makes it even better. I really love this song, and honestly, it's so dang underappreciated, bro. I hear nobody talk about this one when it's so good. I love this one so much. It's an easy standout, just think the lyrics could be a bit better. 9 out of 10. Here we go, leading single of the album. Now, this song really gives Linkin Park vibes, in the instrumental with the piano and heaviness and everything. Now you might be thinking, wait Egg, this song has autotune, and if you know me, you know that I do not like autotune. However, I think it works here. Hear me out, I'm not glazing. This song already has an experimental techie vibe to it, along with many other tracks on the album, so I think the choice to use autotune in certain parts actually really fits with the sound. We all know Tyler can sing, and it's obviously used as an aesthetic choice. However, I will say that it did have to grow on me a bit, since usually I associate autotune with a negative connotation, but here I realize that it actually works. Besides that though, yeah, this song's pretty gosh darn dibbly good. It's got everything you could want from a 21 Pilots song. It rocks, it raps, it pops, it synths. Yeah, pretty cool. The only thing I'll say is this song is not that great lyrically. It repeats itself so many times, and that repetition can just kind of get annoying. Still good though. 8 out of 10. Some background info on this song. I'm sure many of you know this, but it was actually made using a demo from the Vessel Regional at Best era called Korea. And the Vessel vibes are actually really present here when you listen to this song. When I listened to this song, it really made me realize just how much Vessel was in here. I mean, you got Migraine and Holding On To You references in City Walls, the Korea demo in Downstairs, soon to be Intentions, which is literally Trues backwards, and an overall techie robot sounding vibe that's subtly present throughout the whole album. Anyway, this song is a standout for me. I really enjoy pretty much everything about this song because of how experimental and different it sounds. There's a lot of songs in this album that have a different vibe to it, but this one just feels the most different in a good way. Also, the screams? Holy cow. The way Tyler screams in this song just hits different, and it hits me personally in a way that I've only ever been hit when I hear Chester Bennington screams. The tone in which Tyler screams, yeah, really sounds a lot like Chester, and I keep coming back to it because of that. It's incredible. Some parts of the singing here also remind me of their cover of Cancer, which is kind of cool. The only negative I have about this song is the singing in the beginning is kind of weird with the like, you kind of thing. Like, I don't know, but it's kind of weird. But still, one of my favorites though. 8.5 out of 10. I don't know, man. This one kind of let me down. Based on the track names for this album, I was really looking forward to this one because the name just sounded really cool. I thought it'd be this like experimental electronic thing, but instead it just sounds like Christmas Saves the Year meets Midwest Indigo. And also the production in this song is kind of weird too. Like when Tyler starts singing, the instrumentals get dramatically quieter for some reason, like almost like someone just turned the volume knob down on the instrumentals. And his vocals sound so freaking compressed that it just makes this song kind of feel like a rushed demo. Also, the pop punk vibes, I'm just not really feeling in this one. Kind of sounds like a car commercial song at times, to be honest. However, I do like the chorus melody, and the way the song ends is really nice, but still not really one of my favorites. Honestly, I skip this one a lot, and it's one of the most forgettable on the album for me. 4.5 out of 10. Oh yeah, 7 out of 10. Yeah, we all knew this was going to be the sad song of the album. The lyrics in this one really hit me, and the sound, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. This one just hits me in a way. It's like if you take Oldie Station in the line, and SKR, if you're watching this, let me explain myself. I know, I sound hypocritical for saying that, but even though I found the sound of both of those songs kind of boring, I've still always liked the lyrics. I always will stand by that. The lyrics of both of those songs are good. But even though on a standpoint in terms of sound, those songs are boring, something about a song where those two sounds are combined actually makes something that really works in my opinion. Okay, I know that was a mouthful and didn't really make sense, but my point is, I love this song. Something about it just works with the sound, and once again, the lyrics are they just hit me. 9 out of 10.
Am I dreaming? If it's so, can I take back who I was before? If it's no.
This one is the most forgettable on the album for me. Is it groovy? Oh yeah, and I get that stank face too. But I just feel like it doesn't really progress in an interesting way. It just kind of stays the same throughout the whole way, and that doesn't necessarily make it bad, just it's not very interesting to me. But I'm not saying I don't like it. I do. It's a fun, groovy song, but there's just so many tracks here that are way more interesting than this one for me. Also, the song feels super short compared to everything else too. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, it's nice, but kind of forgettable. 6.5 out of 10. Okay, yeah, we all know the transition from One Way to this song is peak, but I'm probably going to get my uncle mad about this one because it's one of his favorites. This one, when I first heard it, was one of my favorites, especially because of those rock vibes, but of course really gives me car ad high school teen movie Toyota vibes. I don't know. It's not great. Kind of painful to get through, not gonna lie. Honestly, the only good parts of the song I feel like are the verses. They just are really good, but the chorus is really annoying. And then it gets to the bridge where it gets quiet, which is nice. But then when it goes like like, the freaking like yeah part, it's not good. It's not good. Do I like the rock vibes? Yeah, but just because a song has rock in it doesn't mean I'm always gonna enjoy it. The chorus is just not for me. Sorry. 5 out of 10.
I like in a fight too. Lightning strike on cue.
When I heard the snippet of the song, I knew it was gonna be peak. And well, is it? Kinda. Well, okay. It's a really good song. But it didn't hit me in the way I thought it would. Let me explain. This is one of the standouts for me. It's got heavy rap rock vibes, which I'm all here for. Also, the chorus is great. But the final boss video game arcade vibes are just a little odd. It's a little too present at times, and I don't know, it's different, so maybe I just need to warm up to it still. Still a cool song, though, and it's got those rock vibes that I love. I will say, though, I think it could have transitioned better into Intentions, but it's not the worst thing in the world. 7 out of 10. The end at last. Wah. Yeah, like I said, this song is Truce backwards, which is honestly super cool. Even the way that Tyler sings the melody, I'm pretty sure is also the melody of Truce sung backwards. Overall, it gives this really creepy vibe, like, really creepy, but it's good. And honestly, I feel like that vibe works for the album. The lyrics, although simple, are great, and they finish off the album in the story in a really good way. 9 out of 10. Alright, now here's the album overview. You guys know what I think of these songs, so what do I think of the album as a whole in terms of structure, promotion, and everything else? Well, this album is a lot like what I wanted from Clancy. It's got a way more present rock influence, but it also feels like its own thing. Unlike Clancy, I don't think there's a single song here that doesn't feel like its own thing, besides maybe Raw Fear or Days Lie Dormant. But even then, those songs still feel different in a way. Also, every song here feels like it actually belongs on the album. In Clancy, songs like Lavish and Paladin Straight didn't really fit on the album in my opinion. However, here there's not a single song I take out or replace, even if I don't like the song. It still fits on the album. This album, in terms of structure, is also great too. I'm not seeing anyone mention this, but the structure really reminds me of the structure of Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park. It starts off heavy, gets soft, gets heavy again, gets softer. Each track kind of does that, where one track's more rock influence and the other track might be softer or more pop, or something different. And most of the album consistently goes with that sort of flow. Now, you may be thinking that that sounds like a whiplash of sounds, and it is, but the key thing is that it's consistent, and consistently does that, which is why it works. Also, this album was promoted in a good way too. I'm not disappointed in the lack of lore here because we already knew City Walls was going to be the last lore song coming into this. So there's no misleading here, unlike Clancy, where the whole idea was welcome back to Trench, when in reality, it was really nothing like Trench. Yeah, this album has a unique identity as an, and I quote, dense rap rock dystopia populated by robots and necromancers. Honestly, pretty perfect description of the album's sound. Has a great structure and flow, and the promotion wasn't misleading in the slightest. It's experimental, energetic, and soft when it needs to be. And even though there's some songs I'm not crazy about here, this album gave me enough of what I wanted from Clancy to enjoy it a lot, even if there were things I wasn't expecting to be on this album. It also has so much screaming. I don't think we've gotten this much screaming in an album since Blurry Face, so it's great that Tyler does that in almost every song here. And this album easily has some of the best screams in this discography. Also, a little side note, there's no ukulele songs on here. I'm pretty sure in every other album there's at least like one ukulele song, but here there's none. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I mean, I don't know. I don't really care about ukulele songs that much. I mean, I don't care. This album is not only great as a 21 Pilots record, but if you're into alternative music, this is a solid record for casual listeners too. In total, I'd give this album a 7.75 out of 10, and it is a good egg. I know that's a very specific number, but whatever, bruh. Transition. Did you give this album a listen? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What would you rate it? Get out of my head!